XRP to $100,000? Here's how. There are experts out there that are predicting the price to go up to $100,000 at least for XRP.
I'm going to tell you here in a few minutes what's going to happen and how XRP is going to explode, okay? Up to $50,000 to $100,000.
You take 50 quadrillion and you divide it, by 50 billion, you come up with a number that's much bigger than 100,000. So a $50,000 to $100,000 XRP, that's the one that's going to move all of the money, and no other one is going to move. There's 26,000 tokens. Okay, 99.9999999% of them are going to go away. There's going to be 50, 60 tokens left standing when the dust settles.
I concur with that for sure. And I fully intend to help kill off many of them.
So I said that earlier, but the price could certainly be in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. In my opinion, later on down the road, once we have regulatory clarity, transparency, and institutional utility. Okay. Again, we're talking about tokenizing the global economy. If that's the case, we're talking about a lot of money, guys. We're talking about the global economy. Okay. That includes stocks, derivatives, insurance, etc. You know, I can go on and on. Real estate. So
everything you see and touch.
Yeah. I want to make this very clear to people. Okay. I don't like to make predictions on these kind of things. If I was to guess the price of XRP, I would say that if once we have the regulation and the institutional utility later on down the road, which is coming, guys, it's going to take some time though, I can easily see, again, XRP being in the hundreds of thousands of dollars.
How is this going to happen? Well, they believe that the idea is that massive entities start tokenizing assets on the XRP ledger and essentially holding value on the XRP ledger. This will limit the supply of XRP that is available to use for on-demand liquidity. When you've got a smaller supply of tokens to use for the on-demand liquidity and a higher amount of transactions to use those small tokens with, the price of an XRP has to skyrocket. Let me know what you think in the comments and follow this account for more.
Okay guys, where do I start? Firstly, I would just like to say I think CryptoLou at this stage might be running out of content ideas and hopium dates to be pushing on his audience, because what he said made absolutely no sense at all. I mean, it's completely made up nonsense, and that's me being polite. When you run out of content surrounding XRP and you have rinsed and milked the life out of XRP price content, you literally just left with having to make stuff up now, and it seems like that's what he's currently doing. So in his video, he claimed tokenization of assets on the XRPL and holding digital value there will limit the supply of XRP in circulation that is available to be used for on-demand liquidity. Now, let's just analyze that claim and think about it. How exactly does tokenization of assets on the XRPL limit the supply of XRP in circulation? You notice he didn't explain how it actually works. However, when assets are tokenized on the XRPL, is a large percentage of XRP locked up in the process, taken out of circulation to shrink the supply? Or maybe a large percentage of XRP is burned in the process of tokenization? Does that happen? I mean, if neither of that is happening, then how exactly does tokenization of assets on the XRPL limit the supply of XRP in circulation? Did he literally just make that up? Because absolutely nothing happens to the circulating supply of XRP when assets are tokenized on the XRP ledger. It does not shrink the supply of XRP, which causes a shortage of tokens available for ODL that would push the price up to $100,000 as he claimed. That doesn't happen. In fact, you can literally tokenize the entire supply of gold, which is like trillions of dollars in market cap, onto the XRP ledger. And the action in and of itself would not do anything to the XRP's supply in circulation. And here's this diagram. I've done a video on it where I've explained XRPL transaction examples, the different types of XRP transactions, and I'm going to rerun through this diagram again. If you have person A, institution A, or bank A, enterprise A, and B, whether it's a bank, institution, whatever, and you have the XRPL DEX, and on this XRPL DEX, institution A has tokenized the entire supply of gold. Now, there's three ways that gold can be transacted on the XRP ledger, and only one of those ways requires the use of XRP. Example 3, if they want to send to institution B, institution A wants to send tokenized gold, they can literally do that directly, and it does not require any XRP to be used in the process. I mean, the only thing that is used in the process is XRP for transaction fees, and that's a small amount. But what I mean is that other than that small transaction gas fee, which is burnt, that's the only thing that is required, and that's required for all transactions on the XRP ledger. So whether it's transaction 1, 2, or 3, they would all require XRP to be used for gas fees. But apart from that, the minuscule amount of XRP that's used for gas fees, nothing else is required. So gold can be moved from A to B, wallet to wallet, in tokenized form, and it would have no effect on the price of XRP. If gold person A wanted to move, or should I say sell gold or convert gold to a CBDC, and on the DEX, the XRPL DEX, there's a lot of liquidity between the tokenized gold and the CBDC. Let's just say this is a CBDC, the US dollar CBDC. Then gold on the DEX can be traded and swapped to CBDC again without using XRP. XRP is not needed as a bridge asset if there is high liquidity between the two pairs, but XRP would be used for gas fees. And there's only one example where XRP is needed, and that's if gold was going to be sent to a recipient or sold for CBDC, or the recipient wanted CBDC, and you're paying in gold, so it has to be converted over to CBDCs, okay, but between the two, there is no direct liquidity. So you cannot just convert or swap gold for CBDC, whatever CBDC this is, on the DEX, because the liquidity is low. However, there's a lot of liquidity between gold and XRP, and there's a lot of liquidity between XRP and the CBDC. So this is where XRP is used as a bridge currency. In transaction number 1, gold will be converted or swapped to XRP on the DEX, and then XRP would be sold for the CBDC on the DEX, and the recipient would receive the CBDC. Now, apart from this transaction, number 1, number 2, and number 3 does not require XRP as a bridge asset. So bear that in mind when we talk about tokenization of assets on the XRPL. Everybody thinks tokenization of assets on the XRPL means everything is running through XRP, when that's not necessarily the case. XRP is only needed as a bridging asset if there's low liquidity. However, if you're just sending the token itself to another wallet without needing to swap it to anything else, then XRP is not needed at all. You could do trillions and trillions of transactions day in, day out, sending your gold token from wallet A to wallet B to wallet C to wallet D to wallet E, and no XRP would be required except for the small amount that's needed for gas fees, which is burnt. So bear that in mind. I'm going to go through this quickly, and it's on the xrpl.org. So as you can see, it's on the XRP Ledger official website. You can see the address up on top here. Become an XRP Ledger gateway, and it talks about a stablecoin issuer. Stablecoin issuers are businesses that link tokens in the XRP ledger to assets in the outside world. An existing online financial institution can expand to issue a stablecoin in the XRP ledger. By doing so, the business can gain several advantages. Okay, so it's talking about stablecoin issuers. You'll see where I'm going with this. So trust lines and tokens. All assets in the XRP ledger, except for the native cryptocurrency XRP, are represented as tokens. So everything is a token on the XRP ledger except for the native asset XRP. And as tokens, they are IOUs. They usually have counterparty risk because they are basically tied to a specific issuer. Whereas XRP is the only native currency on the ledger that has no counterparty risk because no one is issuing XRP. It's native to the blockchain itself, but everything other than XRP on the XRPL is a token. Okay, so which are tied to a specific issuer who defines their meaning. The XRP ledger has a system of directional accounting relationships called trust lines. So to move tokens on the XRP ledger, okay, you have to create trust lines, whereas with XRP you don't, to make sure that the users can only hold and receive the tokens they want. So you set up a trust line to be able to receive a token that you want, and if you don't want that token, you can close the trust line. I mean, nobody cannot send you tokens to your wallet on the XRP ledger unless you choose to accept that token by creating a trust line for it first. So tokens issued that are backed by balances in some outside system are sometimes called stablecoins. Okay, this includes tokens backed by fiat currency in a bank account, by cryptocurrencies on another blockchain, or other types of assets and forms of value. The term stablecoin comes from the idea that the exchange rate between the token and the asset it represents should be stable at 1-to-1. So that's what they mean by stable coins in this concept. It's not a stable coin as because it's fixed to the dollar per se. It's a stable coin because whatever it's backed by, it should be backed by that reserve asset 1-to-1. So that's where the term stablecoin comes from, because the exchange rate between the token and the asset it represents, its represented asset should be at a stable rate of 1-to-1, and that's why they call it a stablecoin. So here is the part that I wanted to show you. The token issuers do not need to accumulate or exchange XRP, because remember CryptoLou said that tokenization of assets on the XRPL, what does it do? It causes the supply to shrink. And he doesn't explain how it reduces the supply of XRP, but it causes it to shrink the supply of XRP just by the mere fact of tokenizing assets on the XRPL. So here it says token issuers, so people that tokenize assets on the XRPL, do not need to accumulate or exchange XRP. They must only hold a small balance of XRP to meet the reserve requirements and pay the cost of sending transactions through the network. So the reserve requirements are the requirements needed to open a wallet, and that's like 10 XRP, I believe. So to have a wallet, you need at least 10 XRP, and then they need to pay the cost of sending transactions through the network. So they need some XRP for gas fees. The XRP equivalent of $10 should be enough for at least 1 year of transaction costs for a busy issuer. So that pretty much sums it up. What he was saying is complete nonsense, because he implied that a token issuer is basically causing the supply of XRP to shrink. Whereas on the XRP ledger site itself, it tells you that a token issuer doesn't need to accumulate XRP, and they don't even need to exchange XRP for anything. All they need to have is the reserve requirements to have a wallet, which is 10 XRP, and they can have $10 worth of XRP to use as gas fees for transactions on the network, and that should last them an entire year. So how or where is the supply of XRP shrinking exactly? Literally just making things up. So hopefully by now it's obvious and clear that tokenization of assets on the XRPL literally will not shrink the supply of XRP in circulation, nor would it cause a limit in the available supply of XRP for ODL, and neither would the process of tokenization of assets push the price of XRP to $100,000, as CryptoLou basically suggested in his video. Tokenized assets on the XRPL can be sent from wallet to wallet, as I've shown you in that diagram, directly in the trillions of dollars, only using a small amount of XRP in the process for gas fees. Yes, it's true those gas fees are burned, but in reality it's hardly going to shrink the supply of XRP in circulation anytime soon, is it? To make XRP that scarce that it gets pushed up to $100,000 per token now, is it? And even if those tokenized assets passes through XRP for liquidity, like I showed you in the example 1 for XRPL transactions, even if that happened, it has to pass through XRP for liquidity reasons to be exchanged into another asset class. The process is literally a buy and sell procedure, so XRP is bought and sold a few seconds later. So bearing that in mind, taking into consideration the circulatory and total supply of XRP and velocity at which a single XRP can be reused again in a transaction, it's really hard to honestly say that tokenization of assets alone, even if passing through XRP for liquidity purposes, would push the price up to $100,000 per token. Right now, to me, that all sounds like extreme speculation, saying that tokenization of assets is going to push the price of XRP to hundreds of thousands. It's extreme speculation alongside unrealistic wishful thinking and hopium. Now, maybe at some stage, I will do another video on this topic in more detail as to whether XRP can really reach these high valuations, in my opinion. But for now, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so as to not miss my next video.